Hey, what's up guys? This is a blind game review. I was sent this by Martin, who wears the backup. You may remember that I played 3 games against Martin the other day, so I've got this new deal where you throw me $10 tip and we play for an hour online. But we're playing live, but we're not on video or anything. There's no discussion necessarily going on. But I will give my responses and feedback on the game or the games, and that's not only useful for the individual I'm playing against, but also for other people maybe around their level to learn from the feedback that I give as well. So hopefully that works. And Martin has since gone from 950 to break through the 1000 barrier, so congratulations on that. And this, guys, is apparently the game What Done It, and the opponent is rated almost 1400. So I'm expecting good things. Let's see what happens. We have E4. We have a Scandi from Martin. Yeah, I think I remember. Did you say that you play the modern Scandi? Not that move at all. If they take, that you bring the knight out. Yeah, that's right. The modern Scandinavian. I used to play this. Got a bunch of videos featuring this. All right, and knight comes out, and Martin grabs the pawn. Free stuff. Okay, bishop comes out to hit the knight. Knight then swings back round to the g6 square, thereby hitting the bishop right back. Now, this is fine. So in situations like this, and sometimes having 2 knights here, get the bishop out, get the queen out, and castle can be really super secure. So that's if Martin wants to castle long. Okay, we have queen e2, defending the bishop. Martin takes and takes back. So now we have at least, the bishop pair. On the downside, we have no development left. We've blown it all. Okay, so yeah, this is all right. Bishop out here. Now, one issue with this is that we're blocking in this pawn. However, bishops do have 2 routes out into the board, so a kingside fianchetto may be no bad thing at all. And probably then castling kingside as well, why not? Queen is forced to move, moves with check. But this is pretty much begging for knight c6, then controlling some good squares around the board, blocks the check, free development. Good play. We have knight c3 and queen to d7. Okay, so do we have ideas about some kind of discovered attack? Not really. I wouldn't hold out too much hope for that. We are maybe preparing to castle long, which is kind of okay because the knight's currently defending a7. That could be the idea. In general, though, I think for me, I'd have probably gone for the more principled approach of develop your minor pieces, get your king safe, right? Before thinking about playing with the queen. Okay, queen moves again here. Now, this isn't great play from white because the queen's moved now several times. This is queen move number 4 in 9 moves. So almost half of white's moves have been with the lady, which is kind of weird. 1, 2, like this, right? She's zipping around all over the shop. And then also, what is the point of this? Well, one thing, attacking c7, which is defended. I might be very tempted here as well to long castle or get a rook and queen both on this d file. It's semi-open file. Another piece move. Okay, we're attacking c2. I get it. But d3, and then what was the point of the move? In a way. d3 also unleashes this bishop as well. So, again, I think for me, go back to plan A, right? You're in the opening, open. Okay, and d3. There we go. Now, black is actually better here, according to the machine. The engine says black is better. This is also an idea now, bringing the knight in to attack c2, which again comes with a fork, so that's quite a threat. And actually, you've got to say, well, what can white do about that other than knight to here to defend the square? Okay, now we have e6, okay, and this is okay. We're getting ready to bring the bishop out, maybe out to here with a pin on the knight. Castles developing with tempo. Okay. And again, the engine has black slightly in front. This is decent play. Queen moves yet again. Right, what's the point of a6? Point of a6, not sure about that. I would probably just automatically castle here, but a6 we have. Maybe the idea is b5 and trying to kind of trap the queen in, because this bishop's looking at these squares. But she does have this square, eh? But then knight here. She could get trapped. She could. It's possible. Okay, I'm not sure that helps an awful lot. Okay, here comes b5. And now the queen goes back there. So the queen now will have this square. Are we going to have knight? No, so not knight. Because if knight here, she has here. Which actually then attacks the knight. Okay, so Martin's going after the knight here. And if takes, g takes ain't pretty. It really peels open the king. So what are you going to do? White, are you going to do this? Which we can then hit with a pawn, maybe? Goes, ooh. Okay, and you can, the eval here is really dipped. So it's simply a case of really just eliminating this knight, doubling up the pawns on the f-file, no g-pawn. Good boy, well done. That's nice. And now the knight comes in with a fork. Well spotted. Martin's on 6 minutes here. I didn't make a note of the time format, but it's a rapid game for sure. Let's have a look. Info. Okay, it's a 10-minute no increment. And White has spent 2.5 minutes, right, to get himself already in a worse position. Black has spent 4 minutes. We're just about in the middle game. That's decent use of time. Okay, but White has a problem. White is in a fork. Comes here. Okay, this is interesting. So it's like a pin on the knight, because the g7 pawn is undefended. However, this comes with check, doesn't it? King's in check. King has to move. Knight retreats. Or, I mean, that's theoretically possible. If the knight's on here, it defends his square. But come on, you're going to give check. No! Bishop takes g3 is the better move, though. Okay, so pause if you need to. Why was bishop takes g3 the better move? Martin saw something that I didn't. Right, the knight here is guarding a very interesting and appealing square to us. So that's why he's taken out the knight, and the square is there, e2. Why? Because it would be a royal fork. However, it's defended by the knight. So Martin eliminates the knight. And White spots the threat, so doesn't recapture. Probably the right idea. Knight's under threat but defended. So now it's time to just retreat the bishop. Okay, that's not the smartest move. Maybe because it actually hangs... No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Why doesn't this hang the knight? But you'll say, Hunty, but the knight is undefended. Correct, it is. But the queen can't afford to take it. Because if the queen takes the knight, is the queen defended on that square? No, she's not. Right? So we then say, okay, well, can we attack the queen? Yes. We have to move the bishop. Can we move the bishop with check? Yaha! Check ski. Good night, queen. You get it? Queen takes here. We deliver check with the bishop. King has to get out of check. Take the bishop. We take the queen, undefended. He did it! 7 minutes 02. White. You've used 2 minutes 58 seconds to lose to Martin. And I hope you feel really, really guilty. Boom! Okay, now we have to win the game. Game goes on, spoiler alert, for 10 more moves. Okay. That's an attempt by White, sorry. I notice this pawn hangs. I notice this pawn is undefended. This pawn is defended by the bishop. This pawn is undefended. That's defended, that's defended, that's defended. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3 undefended pawns. So, free stuff. Why not? Also attacking c2. Defends c2. Queen back to e5 with check, possibly. Indeed. This guy's learning from the best. Okay, and another check. And castles. Yeah, good on you, completing development only on move 24. Right, how would we win from here? We have 7 pawns. Look at the state of these. That is one moth-eaten pawn structure, man. I think I might even just throw in some check skis here. The rooks are quite strong, so basically what you want to do is you want to kind of trade off the rooks for rooks, and then the queen will just whiz around the board, gobbling up all the pawns like Pac-Man. Okay, king moves. Rook, f to e8. Okay. You definitely want a rook on this semi-open file. Probably get your pawns all on light squares so that this bishop can't do anything about it. Okay, king moves again. Pushing. Right, this is nice. I like this because what you're realizing is rook, king in line. What do we want to do? Clear the way. Clear the way. Get rid of everything. Brilliant. Okay, you could have also have taken with the queen there, keeping the rooks connected and keeping a bit more security on the back rank. Let's see what the machine says. Yeah, machine says queen takes is equally good, but quite honestly, everything is winning. Okay. I'd be tempted to snatch off the bishop at this point, even. Okay, but rook to d5. And then I'm hoping the other rook's going to come along to the e file, because it's important, because to pin the bishop. Okay, king gets out of the e file. Rook comes here behind the pawn. Why don't you just take... You can just take there, I think. Disconnect white's rooks too. Okay. It's a slightly confusing move for me. And white resigns apparently at this point with 2 minutes on the clock. Wow. Well, Martin, did that look like a 1,000 game? Nah, that looked like higher than 1,000 game. Let's play guess the ELO. So white here, 1378. Maybe slightly higher than maybe like 1390 at the time of the game. Martin was sub 1,000. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen, please. Martin, 88.9 accuracy. Bosh. 88.9. Over that many moves? 1834. Good man. I mean, white didn't do too bad playing 1500 level, but it wasn't prepared for the tour de force that was Where's the Backup, narrated 1005 and climbing. So, we will watch your career with interest, young Jedi. Thanks for sharing, Martin. See you all soon.